Go.
Hello, I am Andre Holness, person code 608124. Who are you?
Ryan Collins, person code 613881.
Why am I doing this? Alright. Hello, we are here to talk about ethics and morals in information systems relating to the workplace and other functional areas and corporations. Alright, let's start off with a quick distinction. Ryan, what is the difference between ethics and morals?
Morals is what you find wrong or right personally, whilst ethics is what the area you live in deems as wrong or right. So, for example, kicking a baby, that might morally be right to you, but ethically, that is wrong.
Yes, ethically, kicking a baby is very wrong. But morally, if the baby annoys you, you may feel it is okay to punish the child. Okay, next we'll go on to, shut up! I'm gonna beat this woman. I'm actually gonna
You're
beat
the one
this woman.
talking about kicking a baby.
Because it's part of the thing, shut
Shoot the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, woman!
You're a monk.
Alright, anyway, back to the video. Whew, okay. I'm allowed to laugh, shut up. Okay, anyway, back to the recording. First, we'll look at things that are ethically or morally incorrect in the workplace. First, we shall search up. First, we will talk about the uses of internet in the workplace. Example 1: browsing memes at work. Is this ethically or morally incorrect?
Okay,
Ryan,
so
what are your thoughts?
depending on the person, it might be morally right. So, like, say if I was at work, I finished my work, I want to look on 9gag for some memes.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe that's right for me because I've finished my work, I've got nothing else to do. But ethically, in the workplace, it is wrong because you're not supposed to use the internet while you're working or while you're at work, unless you're on a break.
That is correct.
What about
It
you?
is actually a breaking of violation. Shut the fuck up. Swear. Let me talk like a robot in my thing. Give me a sec. Shut up!
I nearly fucking. I nearly shot myself.
Are you finished?
You know,
Are you finished?
you farted.
Are you finished? It's funny. Anyway, as I was saying, that is correct, Ruan. That is, it actually breaks some organizational policies and it violates the rules of the company to have improper uses of internet in the workplace.
Yeah.
Stop farting, you degen. Example number 2. Shut the fucking stop. Why? Why can't you stop laughing? All you're doing is farting every 2 minutes. Stop it. You're making a lot of editing for me. Anyway. Where the fuck was it? I will have to escort you out of the premises. Then shut the fuck up! Babe, please, literally nothing is at all funny. Please stop. Thank you. Alright. Example number 2. Looking for online research on a task. And Ryan, what do you think? Is it ethically or morally correct or incorrect?
Depending on what department of work you're at and depending on where you're working, I feel like in some cases it is ethically right, as well as being morally right, because if you need some certain research to do a task, then you should be able to do that. If you're not allowed to do that in a workplace, like by policy, I feel like that's kind of wrong because it's stopping you from being able to do your work to a high standard if you need research. So,
I
yeah.
agree. Next, we have a look at uses of email, and you can the two examples we have here are using email to message a friend, in work just to have a bit of a giggle, or using your email to message a coworker about your work and the work you're doing.
So
Work.
for the first example, it should be morally wrong because you are taking up your time at work to message a friend about something completely unrelated. Now, it is obviously illegal to talk about a friend about, say, like a new project that you're doing at work because that is organizational information that you're not supposed to leak. But messaging a friend while you're at work, just completely off task of what you're supposed to be doing, that is definitely ethically wrong, and it should be morally wrong, but it completely depends on the person. Same with example 2, I feel like it should be ethically right, because you might be messaging a coworker for, say, like, help on a task, or say, like, what information he's found out, because you might need to gather information for a certain task.
Mm.
So that should be ethically right, but morally it also should be right, I think. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Next, we can look at organizational policies, and these include leaking information, having relations with a coworker. I think I'll take over for this one. So, with leaking information, this is a very gray area, as it may be morally correct for someone. Let's say they're working in the government or something, or some sort of sneaky work is going on, right? So imagine they're working in the government, and they have some shut up. Anyway, imagine they're working in the government and they find some sketchy things going on with some sort of new laws and everything, and you feel it would be more beneficial to the public if more people knew about it. So you leak the information. This is ethically incorrect. It's very bad to do that. That's private information, and you shouldn't have the right to leak that. It's against the organizational policies, and you're actually breaking some of the legislations set out by the privacy policy and stuff like that. So having relations with a coworker is another organizational policy that's pretty common in many workplaces. You see, it's actually kind of bad to start dating coworkers, right? So, okay. Oh, so having relations with a coworker, that's pretty bad. Now, why that is because it can actually influence and impact the way. Stop touching my balls, please. Okay.
Oh god. Oh, that's fucking golden.
Okay. So it can actually impact the way please stop breathing. Go sit back on the fucking bed now. You don't deserve to be here.
Sit on the bed.
Go on the bed, woman. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, relationships in the workplace can have a detriment on the workflow in general. It can change how coworkers view themselves, and it can create some things like jealousy and a lot of unwanted emotions and feelings within the workplace. So that's against organizational policies, as it creates unwanted tension and many other negative effects.
Yes.
Next, we'll talk about whistleblowing. And as sensual as that sounds, I'm going to let Ryan handle this one. So, example 1 is, please, what are you doing? That hurts. Please stop that. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you give me the examples? Okay.
All right then. So, whistleblowing. the first example we have here is reporting malpractice to a higher up. So, Ryan, what are your thoughts on the ethics and
All right.
morals of reporting
So-
malpractice?
Ethically, it definitely should be done
Yeah,
with
fam?
no second thought. Yeah, I'm there. It should be.
Ryan,
Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
hello?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, I can now. Hello.
Okay, sick. Okay, so relating to reporting malpractice, it definitely should be done by any worker. If you see someone in the workplace doing something that's either against organizational policies or just doing something that can badly affect the organization, you should tell a higher up, because obviously it is wrong. It is wrong to do anything that can affect your company. Same thing if you see like a friend co-worker doing something out of order, if you look past that and don't tell anyone, that is bad, because you know they are doing wrong, but you are refusing to tell anyone because of your relationship with them. This links back obviously to having relationships with co-workers, because if you are, say, dating a certain another co-worker, it influences not telling someone higher up if they are doing anything bad. It's the same if you do something, if you fake someone doing malpractice, but you still tell someone, but obviously they didn't do anything bad and they get fired because of it. That should hang on you, because it's your fault that you got them fired. Whether you think of it as your fault or not, whether you think it's morally right because you don't like this person, it is wrong and shouldn't be done. So yeah.
But it is my assignment, so please shut.
Yeah.
Thanks. Because I'm doing a thing! That's why.
I'm done.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The next example is faking seeing someone perform malpractice and
Oh, I
reporting it to
just
government.
talked about that.
Well, fuck me in the ass. Alright then.
Okay then.
It's a practice. So imagine if your boss but you carry on doing it anyway, because you just want to kind of mess around and do some stuff. So it may be morally correct for some people, as in they may need to use, they may feel they need to use their phone for certain tasks. I feel like they physically can't do without them. But ethically in the workplace, if your boss tells you not to be doing it, that's your boss. They tell you what to do. That's their job. You should do yours instead. Or another one would be in the situation of a fire. If you act out of place. Oh fuck. Okay. If you act out of place and take the elevator when obviously fire regulations are that you shouldn't be taking the elevator during a fire drill or event of a fire, then that is against the codes of practice of the company, and you can actually be prosecuted for that, I believe.
At the very least, fired or taken to HR.
Yeah, that you can be reported on a lot. Morally, you may feel safer maybe if there's danger on the stairs and the elevator seems safer, you may think in your morals it's probably safe for you to take the elevator, but in reality, because the practice says you shouldn't be doing that, as it has.
Is that it?
Just to it. Practice. There, Ruan, please. And
Huh? What did you say? Sorry, you cut out.
Ruan, Dad, no.
No, you cut out. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, what did you say? Sorry. Okay, so we're talking about company having rights to information, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, if you leak, I talked about this a little bit earlier, but if you leak any sort of information that the company has rights to, then you should, at the very least, be taken to HR and be fired, because the company has rights to that information. It is theirs. If you publicly leak it to thousands of people, possibly, when either your boss or the company doesn't want you to, it wants to keep that information, then that is clearly just wrong. Morally, it might be to you because you might feel that the the public need that information or something, but it still shouldn't be done because obviously the company owns that information, and if they want to keep it private for a while, they can. And for example, too, if you're hacking into somebody else's like computer for information while you're at work, you're not only breaking the Computer Misuse Act, you're also breaking, once again, organizational policies, because obviously hacking into a computer shouldn't be done in the Computer Misuse Act. You can be fined and prosecuted for all of that. But then using it to steal information from other coworkers, whether it's morally right for you to do, it's completely wrong in ethics. So yeah.
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 Final point. Hacking into someone else's information while is it really should be ethically wrong and morally wrong on every single standpoint. But it's seen as quite the big bad if
Yeah.
you quite the big bad if you hack into someone else's information. Not only is that breaking the laws about information privacy and everything, but that's also computer misuse and various other legislations that you're breaking on that one. So
Yeah.
imagine if you to your coworker plant a virus in there or something and get that's against information laws and stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think about most of the I don't know.
Yeah, that's essentially it. Do you have anything else to add, or? Andre? Oh, okay. Alright, I'm gonna end it here, okay?